So, we have another quote mined, except this time he left in the part that refutes the point he is trying to make. The thing here is gradualistic accounts, not the whole of evolution. And like the site says, it's a predictably mined quote. However, anyone with a few hours to Gould's work will realize that he's arguing against gradualism and probably in favor of punctuated equilibrium. However, he is in no way disagreeing with the theory of evolution. He's arguing over the details of exactly how it happens. Now this quote is used extraordinarily dishonestly, and I'll show you why. Here is the full quote. Here's what he left out, and there is what he left out. Apparently, if you actually read through the work of the man this quote is attributed to, you will find that he is in no way implying Darwinian theory is wrong. He only thinks uniformitarianism is the way the fossil record should be dated to avoid circular reasoning. Alright, before I show you any part of this video, I would like to point out how the three, including this one, have all had ratings disabled and adding comments disabled. Now this one actually does have a video response. However, it is from Internet Pastor TV, so chances are it is not a dissenting opinion. Now this video is a montage of various responses to them that they've cut up and edited. Now, the funny part is this little annotation they have down here at the bottom saying this video is protected as fair use. Remember how their other video had that thing in the description box about absolutely no using this without our permission? I call that being a hypocrite.
Yourself all the way through this video, and this is just one example. Then you try and say that it's fear.
So yeah, instead of making a response to this person and debating them, showing them how they're wrong if they are, instead he makes fun of them for not editing out a moment where what he was about to say slipped his mind.
Endgame. It's the prophecy.
So here they have an annotation up attacking the person's physical appearance, instead of offering any argument to counter what was in his video.
This is a video response to...
And there we have another attack on someone's physical appearance, instead of offering any counter argument.
I'm not going to dignify this with an explanation. I don't dignify strawmans. I burn them.
There they were attacking someone's characteristic again instead of their argument.
Then he ends it with a quote, "For a little while they are exalted, and then they are God." So God wants to annihilate.
There they were attempting to attack him based on what looked more like a camera glitch. Again, they seem to lack the ability to counter an argument without attacking the person instead.
Is a post-exilic language in which the Targum, Talmud, and portions of Daniel and Ezra are written.
There, instead of arguing against what she was saying, they made fun of her for mispronouncing a few words.
I wish I could. I wish I could say a whole lot more on this, but this is all I got.
There, they imply that someone is more likely than not a high school dropout because of a possible speech impediment or just a filler they use out of habit. Again, the creator of this video lacks the ability to counter their argument, so instead attacks them. Or, even more dishonestly, chooses not to counter their argument and attacks them instead.
Any child can see that there are different kinds of living organisms. There are birds and there are fish, but there are no fish birds or anything like that, for example. There are monkeys and there are men, but there are no monkey men, for example.
Okay, so they finally defined what a kind is. They say it is a genus. However, the descriptions they were giving for what applies as a genus, such as fish, reptile, those are classifications, not a genus.
Additionally, there are many similarities between all living things, especially at the level of DNA makeup. It appears that there are common building blocks for all living things, much the same as the fact that a microwave oven and a television have many common building blocks: metal, plastic, glass, electronics, etc. And they even look similar, especially to someone who has never seen either. But they certainly are not the same kind of thing.
There's another thing. They are comparing inanimate objects that have to be manufactured to living, replicating organisms.
Chart say, where did man come from? I mean, from the so-called beginning. Following is the information given in every book on human evolution. I've left out the fancy Latin names and even some so-called evolutionary transitions to get to the point, but nothing is taken out of context or misrepresented.
Now this is true double talk. He's saying how he's explaining the evolution of man according to how textbooks say it. But then he says he's leaving out key information. And then he says he isn't distorting anything.